Okay, here's what we're going to do now for the rest of the evening. We had promised to leave some time for questions, so I'd like Dave to come up. Victoria will be here. We will do alternating questions if anyone has them. We have some time, so we can take care of this. After the questions to Dave and Victoria, we will close the official meeting, and then we will have a subsequent meeting about the get out the vote and a few other items, but that'll be outside of our meeting format. Before we take the first question, I need to clarify something for both of our guests here. There's been references that everyone in this room is a Republican and that the Tea Party is Republican. For those of you in this room who are concerned Democrats, who are independents, you know you are welcome here. That's what we're all about. I just want to be very, very clear about that. This is not just, there are many Republicans who we have absolutely no use for, and we will certainly listen to a conservative-minded Democrat or an independent with the same concerns that we do. So I just need to make that clear, so we're all on the same page. Okay, questions? Yes, Israel.
Yes, would you support a bill, or sponsor a bill if elected, that would provide parental choice for the people in DC? Right now, it's costing over $26,000 per child in substandard public schools there.
For schooling.
Yeah, there's about 2,000 that can get a voucher for $7,000 to $8,000 right now, which was passed in Congress. Would you expand this thing to provide vouchers, school vouchers for every child in DC, and really take the country by storm if you did that?
That's Israel. Tannenbaum, by the way, back there. Yes, Israel. By the way, if there's any school kids in here that could vote, I am for no school whatsoever forever, okay? Just so you know. And if there are any Democrats in here, I apologize for that remark I said before. I didn't mean anything by it. But anyway, Israel, with that, yes, I believe in that the money follows the kid. That's what I believe. And there should be vouchers. It is your money, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's your money. When you hear the government say that they're going to give money away, the only way government could get money is to take it from someone first to give it to someone else. The government doesn't create money unless it prints it, obviously. But how they get revenue is basically by taxing it. And they take it from you and give it to someone else, so you should get your own money back. And also there's the fair school funding that Mike Doherty's doing. I think everyone should be on board with that, 100%. I wrote on my senator, and senators supported the same thing.
Okay, anyone have a question for Victoria? Yes, sir.
I was wondering where Senator Santorum stands on the United Nations Small Arms Treaty.
No. However, he is, whenever it comes to giving authority to big government or outside the nation's government, he opposes it. So I would be happy to look into that and get your email and give you an answer. However, I can't imagine that he would support anything that was out of our country, especially anything to do with the military.
Okay, for Dave?
Is Springfield part of that? I have a list back there in my folder. We picked up, we lost some and picked up part of it.
Actually, Springfield, yes.
Yeah, good. By the way, to that gentleman back there, were you talking about with Hillary and all that, with the guns and international, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, good. I've personally been carrying a concealed weapon for 18 and a half years in New York City. Yes, it took me a year and a half to get it. They had to give it to me. I have over 14 weapons myself. I've been a sportsman all my life. I'm a certified taxidermist, and so I'm definitely Second Amendment rights all the way.
Okay, back question for Victoria on the Santorum campaign.
And the Gino.
Okay, anything else for Victoria before we move on? Victoria will be here for anyone who wants to see her literature. She'll be here till usually you all leave. Thank you, Victoria. All right, back to questions for Dave. Anything else for Dave Larsen?
Since you're so against Agenda 21, which I can understand that, how do you feel about getting rid of the UN altogether and working towards that? Yeah, that may be an easier
Well, I
way.
tell you what, I thought of that in 2010. I was asked that question, and I think the U.S. It wouldn't hurt us if we pulled out. That's for sure. By the way, we pay, I think, 23% of the bills for UN or something ridiculous. And when they commit in other foreign countries, they commit on our behalf. And we have to pay those other countries. I mean, like Pakistan, we're paying $20 billion, and they hate us. They're using it against us. I mean, this is insane. So
They
I
make
agree.
rules for our guns, they make rules for countries.
Yes, exactly. Well, exactly, and I agree with you. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
How do you feel about term limits?
What's your name?
Mrs. Sherman?
Mrs. Sherman?
Yes, how do you feel about term limits?
I like term limits.
I
I
like the rest of us.
I like term limits. And just so you know, we have term limits every 2 years in the House, every 4 years in the Senate. Oh, sorry, 6 years, got it. Every 4 years. I'm just telling you, but yes, I am for term limits. I'm probably on board with 2 years for the Senate, maybe 6 years for the House. That's what I'm looking for, something like that. But yes, absolutely. Any other questions? Gentlemen.
Yes, there's a bill in the Senate now sponsored by Lesniak, which takes funds from New Jersey and intends to buy foreclosed homes and then help the low and middle income families to get into those homes. What's your opinion of this bill? Are you
Your name?
for it or against it?
Are
My
you-
name's
you know-
George.
George? Look, that sounds like affirmative action to me, parts of that. Right now, Fannie and Freddie was increased to $729,750 to lend for mortgages with a credit score of as low as 580. And all of us here are on the hook for that. You just have to be 6 months current with your mortgage, a credit score of minimum 580, and you could borrow up to almost $730,000 on your dollar. Okay, so I'm not for that either. So as far as helping out people, you know, and is that what you're talking about?
No, this is redistribution of
No,
wealth.
no.
Let's just
Like I said, I'm not for that. That's affirmative action. I'm not for
We're
that.
taking our assets of New Jersey, buying up foreclosed homes, and then
Right.
turning it back, maybe some of the same people we foreclosed on,
Right.
and then putting them back into the homes.
Well, that's where we are, you know, as we remember, Chris Dodd and Barney Frank is our favorites. That's one of the reasons why we're in this predicament that we're in. So absolutely no, I'm against that. Yes. Mr. Paul? Mr. Paul.
The fair tax, have you ever heard of the fair tax?
Yes, fair and flat tax. I am for, yes.
Fair and flat?
Well, there's a fair tax and there's a flat tax.
What do you know about the fair tax?
Well, a fair tax is more, I believe, taxing on what anybody pays, you know, buys, something like that, if I remember right. Yeah. I believe that the IRS itself, you know, needs to be dissolved, and we need to either sunset it out and allow people an option to opt in or opt out. We could do something like that. But yes, we need a much better tax system. We need to reform our tax system. It's totally out of control. Right now, between the IRS tax code and the regulations, we have over 9 million words in those things alone. The Bible only has 800,000 words. So really, it's incredible. Yeah, it needs to be totally reformed. Yes, ma'am.
How did I find out about Agenda 21 in my hometown? Just
We'll go to, and your name?
Betty Arthur.
Betty?
Betty.
What you do is you can go to your planning board in your town, and they have discussions, and they have a town master plan, and when you look at the master plan, you'll see what they're doing as far as implementing a lot of areas where they're clustering. In the town of Oldwick, where I'm from, they took, with the Highlands Act, by the way, it was up to 12-acre zoning in my town, and that wasn't enough for them for some reason. 12 acres won't happen. So they went with the Highlands Act, and they clustered the homes down in the town or the village of Oldwick. And those people with buildable lots down in Oldwick When they sold their property, as Rich was talking about before, they were supposed to sell it with an added addition on it to compensate those who lost their development rights. It never happened. Never happened, yes. So, but you could go to your planning board and do that. Yes, ma'am?
What are we going to do about the Agenda 21 that's happening here in Morristown? At the beginning of the month, goes all over the Daily Record about the new sustainability. They're going to be changing Morristown. I'm assuming soon. They're having France come in. I don't know if anyone else read that article.
Your name is?
Lisa.
Lisa? Lisa, what you need to do is as Rich was saying before, when they have their different events and when they get together for their meetings, you need to be there. And the more people that are there, the better. They're not used to a lot of people showing up. So you need to have a lot of people show up, and you need to voice your disdain against that, and you need to ask questions. As a matter of fact, in Somerset County, the Somerset County Tea Party organization pushed the planning board so hard there, they disavowed anything to do with Agenda 21. They're out of it totally. And that's because of people like you. And that's what you need to do. You need to go there and stand up for what is right and not take it. It is your property. It is your right to do so. They work for you. The problem is people get into government and they build up that government department or they build up that section that they're in instead of remembering that they're supposed to work for you. And we have to make sure that they understand that and remind that, right? Remind them to do that. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Carol.
Yes, sir.
I understand that it's not going to be voted on by the legislature or anything, this Agenda 21, that it's some kind of advocacy that is in charge of it, who are not even elected or anything.
Yeah, there's organizations, by the way, that have been formed to infiltrate organizations like this or to counter organizations like this, funded by outside funders and donors to actually marginalize what it is that you want to do. That's right. And there's a master plan. I showed you a brochure before. It was the home agenda. You said that you all received it. If you look in there, it gives you the whole plan. The actual architect or the writer of that plan is in there, and he actually tells you what their plan is and how they're going to marginalize their plan, everyone that's in there or any organizations that oppose them.
But why are they in charge of doing this instead of our elected officials?
Well, what happened was it's a master plan that started years ago, and they implemented throughout the states, and it trickled down into the local government. The local, your local officials, they don't even know what they're doing. They don't understand this is all part of an Agenda 21. When the Somerset County Tea Party Association went to the planning board and they laid out this Agenda 21 with the facts, these guys were astonished. They said they didn't even realize they were just doing what the master plan and the state plan was doing. That's all, they didn't know any better. But once they saw that, they themselves said, this has got to stop. But they need to be educated. There's outside forces, obviously, trying to take control of everything, and we need to, from the inside out, we need to stop that. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Rich, where is Rich? Yeah. Do you have a copy of that brochure, that pamphlet, about Agenda 21? It tells you from beginning to end.
I'm sure we have it.
Okay, yeah. This way you can read it.
Yes.
Excuse me?
It's on the internet.
It probably is. I have the pamphlet. We can see if there's a website on there that they have. Yeah. JBS? Okay. Or, yes, that's right, John Burke, yes. They have, what I'll do is, if you want, you can see me and I'll show you the brochure, the pamphlet, and then we can write down the website, if it's on there. Yeah, not a problem. Yes, ma'am.
What are your plans to keep in touch, get elected, if you're elected? How do you intend to keep in touch with people?
And your name, ma'am? Fran? Fran, I was talking to Rich at dinner, and I said to him, I don't understand, with the technology that we have today, why our congressional members or elected officials have to be in Washington so long. We could communicate via conference call, Skype, so many different ways, and we could actually be here in the district which is locally, we could have a couple different offices, which you need, because by the way, this district is now 740,000 constituents in this district, 6 different counties. So we'll have to have different offices here, but we could be here and we could do our voting and we could do our networking and even committee work from the districts and only have to go there every now and again. And that's what I believe that could be done, and that's what I'm looking to do.
But how would the lobbyists approach?
That's their problem. See, that's the hidden benefit. What will happen is, there's 35,000 registered lobbyists. If you disperse Congress to where now they're in their districts, those lobbyists got a real problem now. Now they can't corner you somewhere in the bathroom or down the hallway, right? So it'll make it much more difficult for them to intervene or to influence a congressman's vote, which is, that's a good thing, right? Also, can I say one thing? On Saturday, we're having in Oldwick, in the town of Oldwick, at the Christian Education Annex. It's on Church Street in the town of Oldwick, where we're doing Meet the Candidate. I'll be there. It starts at 12 o'clock noon, and it'll end about 3 o'clock. There'll be refreshments and stuff, and I'll be doing a little presentation. You can come, you can talk to me, and if you want, come on down. Okay? Thank you so much. God bless you.